You dead to me.
What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Mark Dark, and I'm back with another video. If you're new, if you love P-Valley, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, like the video, and leave your theories, comments, everything down below. Now, today we're going to be talking about P-Valley Season 1, Episode 5. This is the recap. Down below, you guys let me know what you thought about tonight's episode. I'm going to break it down for you. Overall, I think this was a very, very good episode. And to be honest, this is one of my favorite episodes. A lot of different things happen. Now I'm going to try to go over all the key elements in tonight's episode. If I missed anything, you guys let me know down below. Now, this episode begins off with your girl Lauren the Jukebox. That's what they call her, Lauren the Jukebox, because first of all, she was just a drunk mess, and second of all, she would not shut up at all. She's always singing the lyrics to Little Murder's song. I mean, this girl was fooling the whole episode. She was very funny though in this episode, but Lauren has an issue. She's of course got this divorce settlement money, and she's spending it all at the club. You know what I'm saying? She's spending it all. She's telling Miss Mississippi how bad she feels and that she's not good enough. And of course, Keyshawn lets her know, like, look, you're good. Don't worry about it. You know, pretty much trying to give her good advice, make her feel good. But we know eventually this girl passes out. Yes, she passes out. And then Keyshawn is looking like, man, like, should I take this money, or, you know what I'm saying, should I just leave? And we already know this is a business. This is a strip club. You pass out, well, that's on you. So your girl Keyshawn takes the money. Her and Gidget, they get up out of there. They take all these stacks and they roll up out of there. And this girl, Lauren the Jukebox, it was in the whole episode doing all types of crazy stuff. We definitely going to talk about her character more throughout this recap. Now, in this episode, we did see the aftermath of Little Murder and your boy Uncle Cliff. And Uncle Cliff already know. He's like, man, I got to leave this dude alone. This can't really get out like that because bad things is going to happen, and I can't let that happen. So Uncle Cliff does have a solid reasoning why he doesn't want people on the outs to know about his and Little Murder's relationship. It makes sense on his behalf. Now, he also sees Lauren the Jukebox knocked out, and he has to get her up and get her up out of there because this girl is singing, drunk, making all this noise. I mean, it's a crazy day. You know what I'm saying? A very crazy day. And once Uncle Cliff gets outside, well, actually before he even gets outside, we get Miss Mississippi. She's just loving it because she's getting all these likes on social media, all these views, because she pretty much dominated the night before. They love Miss Mississippi. And we see a foreclosure on the door, which is a surprise to some people, but not to a lot of people, because a lot of people know that Uncle Cliff ain't really doing too good. Then they show Uncle Cliff this foreclosure and he starts tripping out. He literally passes out. I'm like, man, Uncle Cliff, are you okay? He passes out because he sees this. Now he has 14 days to get this money. He has to get $55,000 in 14 days. Who is going to help him? You guys answer that down below. Now, of course, as far as who's going to help him, they do go straight to Autumn Night, because you already know that Autumn Night is going to be the key part to making sure this club stays open, in my opinion. I definitely think it's going to be Autumn Night helping out a lot. Now, Autumn Night, she's trying to transfer money once again, but her account is frozen because she keeps doing it. Now, they did tell her it was unlimited transfers, but they lied because she is continuously doing this over and over and over, and they like, look, you can't do it no more. So now Autumn Night has to figure out another way to get this money, and it's not going to be easy. Now, Autumn Night was almost about to be adios. It was about to be over because Lauren the Jukebox, drunk, was about to hit her. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is this girl doing? Like, she's that drunk. I mean, she literally woke up in the morning still drunk and driving crazy, almost wrecks this car or whatever, and then she gets brought in. And she's at the same place that Mercedes at, and at the same place that Patrice is at. And it's a show there, man. It is a show there. Of course, Mercedes is there getting her picture taken. She's getting booked in. It's not the best morning for Mercedes at all. This wasn't the best episode for Mercedes at all. And the actual actress Brandy that plays Mercedes, she said this was her favorite episode, and it makes a lot of sense. This was a very good episode, man. Now Mercedes is very pissed off because her mom is there, and of course she starts fighting her, starts beating her up again, and then you got people in the jail feeling all sad for her mother. Like, you don't touch your mom, you know what I'm saying? Have respect for her and that. But they don't know her. They don't know the devil that's inside this lady. She is evil. Your boy Uncle Cliff, he comes and he's like, look, I need some answers. He goes to the sheriff because remember, the sheriff is supposed to be cool. Him and Uncle Cliff, they be doing all these deals and stuff at the club. So he needs some information. He needs Mercedes out. And of course, he needs to make sure this club stays open. Now the sheriff pretty much tells him like, look, the mayor wants you out. You got too many code violations and they picking you apart. So yes, you have 14 days. You have to make something crack. So now Uncle Cliff has to think of a game plan. What can he do to get this money? Now, of course, Lauren the jukebox, she's there. She sees Mercedes and she tells Mercedes like, look, I came to see you. It was supposed to be your last dance, but instead they brought someone else out. And then Mercedes finds out that this person that they brought out is no other than Mississippi. And she's like, really? You can almost see that she's kind of jealous. Like, damn, like that was supposed to be my last dance. That was supposed to be my time to shine. Uncle Cliff comes there. She talks to him and she's like, look, why y'all have Miss Mississippi take my spot? And I agree with Uncle Cliff. Like, look, I have to bring somebody out there because it was about to be fights out there. Like, I can't just sit there waiting for you. You locked up. So it makes sense for Keyshawn to go out there. Like, really? Now, of course, Mercedes is telling Uncle Cliff to keep his money because he needs that money for the club to stay open. So he has to pretty much just keep it. Mercedes is willing to just stay locked down in order for the club to stay open, which makes a lot of sense. You don't want to be, you know what I'm saying, waste the money, especially when you need that club to stay open. Now, your girl Gidget, she's cooking up her mom a drink. And now we know her mother has a problem with these pills and stuff like that. And of course, I think down the line, we're going to get a little bit more on this storyline between Gidget and her mom. But it's something that needs to be talked about and it needs to be explained. Now, of course, Mercedes calls Gidget because she needs her help. She's telling Gidget, look, can y'all get $2,000? I need to get bailed out. I need y'all help as soon as possible. So Gidget tries to, tell her, look, I'm going to try my best. It ain't going to be easy. And of course, you guys really think Mercedes would have did this for Gidget? Gidget later on in the episode said, hell nah, she wouldn't have done nothing. Especially since you know how Mercedes be talking about stack your money. So, of course, they thought Mercedes probably would have never helped them out. But we get to this guy right here. This bail bond dude was on one, man. He's telling them, look, y'all don't have no money. You know what I'm saying? They had $2,000, but plus all the other fees that Mercedes had, it came up to like 5 stacks. They didn't have it. Now, this guy is like, look, y'all can rather give me a down payment, turn over your house, or y'all can pretty much give me a down payment on those draws. This dude was on one, and I knew he was about to be on some freaky stuff. Now, everybody pretty much bailed out. Miss Mississippi, the other 2 strippers, they pretty much said, we out. Mercedes want to help us out if it was on this level, so we are bouncing. Gidget and Auto Knight is the only one sitting out there trying to come up with a plan to help out Mercedes. And of course, Gidget feels bad that they don't have the money, but she's talking to Auto Knight, and she's like, what if someone took all your money? What would you do? And your girl Auto Knight said, I will kill them. Auto Knight is crazy, man. She is crazy. Now, we get back to Mercedes and her mom, of course. Everybody's starting to see the devil in her mom, right? They starting to see like, okay, she stole your money and stuff like that. But Patrice, she's evil. She's able to pretty much turn everybody back on her side. She's in there preaching. She got Lauren the jukebox in there preaching, singing actually. Jail don't turn into church. It's pretty much church up in there. This girl really thinks she is a preacher. Your girl Mercedes pretty much told her she's a pimp that thinks she's a preacher. I mean, yeah, exactly. That's exactly what she is. As you can see, just look at her. Look at her. She looks evil and she's trying to turn everybody. She thinks everybody's on her side. She thinks her daughter Mercedes is going to come back and forgive her for all the stuff she did. She's talking about, yeah, she's not right and all this stuff like that. Who really cares about her? I could care less about her storyline and what she went through. And for a minute, I thought Mercedes was going to bite down and say, I forgive you, mother. No, you stole her 20 stacks. Are you crazy? And one of my favorite, well, actually my favorite part of the episode, Mercedes tells her, Mama, you dead to me. This was my favorite part of the episode. I'm glad Mercedes is finally stepping up, and she needs to move on from this lady because she ain't nothing but a leech, and she's going to continue to always use Mercedes as long as Mercedes lets her do it. So I'm glad that she did that. But did y'all peep how she kind of smirked when Mercedes left and walked off? I mean, the lady she's just not in the right state of mind. Something is really wrong with her. Now, Mercedes is bailed out. Now, she's wondering who bailed her out, who even had the money, who had the 5 stacks to do this. And she's just wondering who this person is. And then all of a sudden, we see the one and only Autumn Night. Yes, now we pretty much knew this was going to happen. As I told you guys in my earlier predictions weeks ago, I said if Autumn Night and Mercedes clicks up, it's going to be trouble. It is going to be trouble. And of course, Mercedes is crying. Autumn Night is just being there supportive and just letting her get it all out. Now we get to Mayor Ruffin. He kicking it all up in the barbershop. They getting their hair cut. You know what I'm saying? Andre in there. They all having a good old time. You know what I'm saying? But your boy is confronted. Uncle Cliff comes up in there. He's like, look, I got these appraisal sheets and I got all the numbers. I know what's going on. He started dropping all these facts, all these numbers. And the mayor's like, how did you even get this? You know what I'm saying? How did you even get this paperwork? Who gave this to you in the first place? And of course, he's telling Cliff, like, look, that club getting shut down. We gonna, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna move in. We're gonna shut this deal down. And it's over for you pretty much. But he was trying to act like it wasn't a big deal that Uncle Cliff had this information and had these numbers. He was trying to kind of play it off, but he knew this was very serious because now Uncle Cliff has this information and he can use it for his advantage. And of course, he thinks Andre slipped up. And we know that's exactly what happened. Andre slipped up. Autumn Night got that information about 2 episodes ago. And that's the reason why Uncle Cliff has this information. Now, of course, Uncle Cliff ain't gonna go out without a fight. But did y'all peep? The mayor tucked these numbers up under his shirt. He was trying to play it off like it wasn't a big deal, but he sure did take that number. He sure did take that information like, okay, it is what it is, but I still got to take this information from you. Now, of course, he puts the pressure on Andre once again. He tells Andre, look, I don't know what you did. You messing up in Club Pink, but I tell you what, you better get this deal taken care of or I will get involved. The mayor, if I was you, you might as well start getting involved because this is going to be a hard sell in my opinion. Now your girl, Miss Mississippi, Crooked Letter, man, she blowing up. She is blowing up on social media. She's feeling herself once again. She dominates the night. As of right now, she's at the top of her game. Will something bad happen to her? Now, of course, Autumn Night, she's kicking it with Mercedes. She's, pretty much telling Mercedes, where do you want to go? Mercedes is like, look, anywhere but here. You know what I'm saying? Let's just go. And the two ride off. I mean, it was just a sad scene to see Mercedes like that. She was tough. She stood tough in that jail cell, man. Very tough. But when she got out, of course, she broke down. She's just been through a lot. And I'm glad that Autumn Night is finally there and they finally teaming up. Uncle Cliff, Little Murder. What do you guys think of this? Now, of course, Little Murder don't care. He's trying to take Uncle Cliff out on dates. He's trying to be out in the public. Uncle Cliff has to remind him, like, look, if we go out, it's a high chance that I may end up dead. And that's a chance that I do not want to take. He's like, where are you going to take me? Because there's going to be people that's always going to try to do something to me. In Little Murder, he's trying to figure out something to ease the pain and ease the reality. But it is the truth. I mean, you don't want to end up dead because these cats ain't playing. Now we see White Boy Derek. And White Boy Derek trying to act all cool and innocent, but we know he ain't cool and he damn sure ain't innocent. Now, Miss Mississippi comes out and she gets the baby. And of course, this guy is trying to play it like he's a nice guy, talking about how beautiful Miss Mississippi is. Of course, he's like, I see you all blowing up on social media. You getting big. You know what I'm saying? He tells her she doesn't have to work and stuff like that. But did you peep Diamond back there? He's waiting and hoping that this dude slip up. As I told you guys in the What to Expect, this dude ain't about to do that in front of Diamond. You know what I'm saying? I was hoping that he would pop off, but he knows better than that. Because Diamond would have beat him down quick and easy. And he pretty much telling Miss Mississippi, you don't have to do this. I can just work. But dude, you be hitting on her. Why would she want to do anything with you at all? Miss Mississippi walks in there. Of course, Derek is like, who watches the baby when you dance? And she's like, look, everybody watches the baby. You don't have to worry about that. I do not trust this Derek character at all. Now, as Miss Mississippi walks back in, she sees Uncle Cliff and Little Murder in there making out. Now she knows the secret. And of course, Uncle Cliff is afraid. But Little Murder is like, look, I got this. I will handle it. Which we will see the conclusion of that in the very next episode. Now, Autumn Night, Mercedes. They talking. Autumn Night explains to her what happened to her daughter. And she lost her daughter in the floods, man. She was looking for her for 3 days. And she just lost her daughter. She's gone. She has a lot of trauma, y'all. And this is why she found this ID, Lakeisha Savage. And she felt like it was a way to start over, a second chance to start a new life. But we know it ain't going to be the case because her past will catch up with her. But I'm glad that she did explain this story to Mercedes because now the two are close. And I don't think it's going to be no more drama between the two at all. It's going to be more of a friendship and a bond, if anything. Now, your girl Autumn Night, she got stacks, man. She got stacks. Mercedes is like, where in the hell is you getting all this money? And what do I owe you? Because that's the last thing I'm trying to do is owe somebody else. She gives Mercedes 10 stacks. Autumn Night is pretty much saying, look, this is all you have to do. If you want to help me, this is all you have to do. So she's going to use her name to transfer money because she can't use her Lakeisha Savage name, right? She has to use a new name. Now, Autumn Night was about to type in Mercedes, and Mercedes like, look, no, you can't type that in. You can't use that name. So she types in Crystal Flowers. We already know what that is down south. She uses that instead. They're about to be transferring this money and connect, but we know this is going to be a problem. And it all makes sense now. How did this guy that's following Autumn Night find her? You know what I'm saying? How did this guy find her? Yeah, he found her because she's transferring money over and over. Now, Autumn Night explains that this money is pretty much retribution or whatever. But yeah, that makes sense. But this guy is tracking you. This is how he's able to find you earlier on in the episode. Martavius, that's his name or whatever. He's able to track her because she's transferring this money. He is seeing everything. Now, this is his computer. You see it right here. So this is how he's able to track Autumn Night. Lets me know eventually he's going to get her. He's going to find her. Y'all saw him at the sheriff's office earlier on in the episode. And then he pops up at the very end of this episode. What's going to happen next with this character Montavious? In my opinion, I think he is going to catch up with Autumn Night, and it ain't going to be pretty. Overall, this was a very solid episode. Episode 5 was very good. I really did like it. I like that your girl Mercedes finally stepped up to her mom, told her the truth about herself, and she finally teamed up with Autumn Night. And that's something that I've been saying since the beginning. Since I've been starting to do these recaps of P-Valley, I've been saying this since day one. When these two hook up, it's a wrap. And it's going to be trouble. And I think these two hooking up can possibly save the nightclub, can possibly save Uncle Cliff. And I think that's going to happen along with the help of some other people. But you guys let me know what you thought about tonight's episode. I will be breaking down a lot of different things this week for you guys to get you ready for episode 6. I can't wait, man. But thank you once again for all the support and all the love, and I will continue to bring you more P Valley content in the future. But let me get on out of here, man. It's your boy Mark Dark. I'm out. Peace.